What's up, y'all? It's KingBritneyChanel. You already know, and I'm back with another video. So the title of the video is called "And Then There Was Joy," because Joy is the last person, the only person going to visit Kay. We're gonna get into my commentary on this, but before we do, definitely make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I drop a video, as well as frequent the channel so that you don't miss out on new videos. Let's get into the commentary. Right, honeys, so I'm gonna give y'all today's honey for the tea. If you are a new watcher of my channel, honey is basically Yahweh, the Most High God's truth, his promises that he has given us. And you know, we're giving a positive perspective on life's bitter tea. You know what I mean? Because tea has no flavor until you flavor it. Okay, so we are bringing the positive side of negative situations and giving, you know, a higher perspective on a lot of situations as well. So yeah, because a lot of people ask me, what do you mean by that? And so I decided to share that with y'all, you know, for people that are new to my channel. Before I get into how I feel about the situation, let me just start by stating this, because I've seen people leave comments under my video, under my last video, like, whose side are you on? Let me state whose side I'm on in this situation. I'm on Yahweh, the Most High God's side. I'm on the side of righteousness. And I want people to have the full understanding that I don't love anyone on this earth. I don't love this world. I don't love anything more than I love Yahweh, the Most High God, his truth, and doing the things that are of him, period. I'm just not one of those people who just so into people and just trying to be liked and trying to be you know, fit in a compartment or a group, or just trying to look a certain way. That's just not me. Okay, I don't care if I have to ride solo as long as I'm on the side of righteousness. That's just me. So I'm not gonna miss Yahweh. I'm not gonna miss heaven for nobody just because, you know, somebody is telling a good tale, a good, you know, singing a good tune and a good story. I told y'all. Now let me get into it. So and the reason I'm saying that is because people is acting like these is just like, you know, like we playing football, you know, whose team or whose side are you on? Like, we are grown individuals. You get what I'm saying? I could see a situation from an objective view. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, I have sympathy and empathy for all parties involved in this situation. And that's the same way that you know, Yahweh, the Most High God, is. He may not approve of your sin, and he wishes that none of his children should perish, you know, out of, you know, living a life of sin. He wishes that nobody perish. But you have got to eventually, you know, learn to practice the things that are of Yahweh, and you have got to learn how to change, you know, turn your life around and tell the truth sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though, and I said this before, I don't like the things that Kay has done through his 30 years. I gave y'all 30 years and all that. 31, he say 31, 30 years. I don't like the things that he has done or what he has became, because I know that Yahweh blessed him with a gift to be able to sing. I know that for a fact, because it's no way that you get a gift to be a musical genius and then he wants you to just straight up misuse it. That's a gift, because that's a gift from Yahweh, because everybody does not have that same gift. You feel what I'm saying? That's an anointing. He just decided that he was going to misuse his gift. You feel me? Anointing is gifts that got in favor that God chooses to give different, you know, his different children, right? The Most High, he'll give you, you may be good in the area that your sibling is not. Your sibling may be good in the area that you are not. You get what I'm saying? Like, or you may be able to put stuff together, and people, they'll try to replicate that, but they won't be able to replicate that, or it's not gonna have the favor on it like it has for you, because of the type of gift that it is. So Kay was blessed with that type of gift, because nobody will be able to replicate what he has brought to music, or the way that he was able to sing, to communicate. But he decided that instead of using his gift to help heal, help deliver people from stuff, to help uplift people, he decided to use his gift for other things, manipulation, other things. And we've heard the story of all these young women, and we've seen the timeline from the 90s till now. Okay, so I'm just not I'm never going to be in approval of anything like that. You get what I'm saying? But I've always, I always said that there's a chance for him to repent and to change his ways, but he has to be away from other people. You feel what I'm saying? I don't wish, this type of situation on anybody, because that's not my heart. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when you become a new creation, you start to have the mind of Yeshua HaMashiach. You start to think in the ways that he would do things. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't like what he became, but that doesn't mean that I don't have compassion for this individual as a human being. And the reason that I had to lay the brickwork and say that is because, like I said, do y'all really think that Yahweh doesn't weep for his children? That he's not upset that it got to this point to where this dude threw his whole life away, and legacy reduced to boxes, families, separated, people just straight messed up and gonna have to have counseling. He didn't want this for nobody. Would want their child or nobody to be going through all of this. And this is sad that, this man decided to give up all of that, give up his family, give up doing the right thing, and now does not have nobody to visit him but this young woman, Joy, and Joy's family is missing her. This is a sad situation, folks, all around. And this is why I got pissed off. Like, how dare you make this like this is a team type of thing? This ain't no team type of stuff. Like, this is not like college football or something that you're watching. These are these people's real lives, that people is really dealing with this stuff. And you talking about what side are you on? Like, are you a grown up? Are you for real? Get rid, like, and then it's just like, this is why these people cannot get delivered from this stuff. Because when you try to point out the foolishness and the stuff that's going on that's preventing these people from getting the proper help and attention that they need, you got people talking about it's normal to be inconsistent. You got people, how is it normal to be inconsistent? You got people saying that it was normal for this man to be so overtly vulgar with his lyrics. Like, that's normal to have these type of relationships, because people have gone so far to the left. They have just turned their back on the Most High God, and they don't have no discernment because they don't have no relationship. It's one thing that you talking with that carnal, what they call it, the carnal Christian type of stuff, where you just talking like you got a relationship, but you don't really have no relationship. Because if half these people did, if they was consulting Yahweh, their life would not be in shambles. I'm telling you, you got people literally up here, grown and all, thinking that it's okay to be dysfunctional. This whole situation, I think we all could agree, is dysfunctional. And it's sad that this man his legacy has been reduced to cardboard boxes. It's sad that this man got to this point. It's sad that his brother could sit up on national TV and say that when he said, God gave you a second chance, and he say, no, my money got me off. That's sad. It's sad that people have been blessed with gifts and chose to misuse their gifts. It's sad to me. It's sad that people, like Joy, and honestly, I don't really care what it looked like, because I know it. Despite people trying to sully this girl name, despite people trying to paint the story like she just, oh, she's not intelligent, oh this, oh that. That girl, it's glory on her life, and that girl has an anointing on her life, and she gonna come out of this. She gonna come out of this situation victorious. I don't care what words people have been trying to speak over this girl. She is going to come out of this situation victorious. And y'all gonna see, because it don't matter that people tried to plot. It don't matter that people tried to sully her name. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that she is, oh, people are like, oh, she's not at home just yet. Our ways is not Yahweh's ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. You might think that you have, I know people think that they have a plan, and they think what they, their brain. Your brain doesn't even operate in the full capacity that it could it could be. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not on for us, because Yahweh does not want us to be all knowing. If we was all knowing, we wouldn't need him, right? So people have to stop and consult for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? So what I want to say is, Joy in her situation is going to be worked out. Our thoughts is not Yahweh's thoughts. And my dad used to always say, if you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plan. So our little plans and our things, he got this. The Most High God is in control of this whole situation on all sides. You get what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all what's going on and why this is so sad. And I'm praying for Kay. And I know people, they might not want me to say that I'm praying for Kay. I'm praying for Kay, and you know why? Because as we approach this try situation, it's getting more and more, it's more and more desperation going on. It's more and more, foolishness that we see, and seeing little sound bites and little things that people have been saying. And I'm a person that I believe that sometimes the truth is hidden in plain sight. And I'm praying for his mind, because, at a certain point, you start to be like, okay, I might be in for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have nobody visiting you. Joy is the last person. And who's to say that she's not helping him to keep going? If you don't have your kids, you don't have no wife, you don't have nobody. You feel me? But you would have Yahweh, of course, to turn to. But do you know how that can make a person feel? And we already know, because I care about, me being, a child of Yahweh. I care about everybody from in a compassionate and sympathetic way, because that's just how Yahweh wants you to be. Like, you're not supposed to judge people so harshly, because that will be returned unto you. Now, like I said, I don't approve of things that he's done, but I can have human compassion, or, I wouldn't even say human compassion. I would say the compassion that Yahweh has for every single person that's walking on the face of this earth. Like the grace and the chances that he gives us. He's so merciful that he gives us chance after chance after chance after chance. So that's just, I have like that type of compassion for this situation. But let me tell you why I'm saying this though, because you're going to have people that's going to be ignorant and miss the point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm trying to excuse what he's doing, but I'm saying I know how these people operate that's in the business and in the industry. Okay. He's in that situation, and a lot of millionaires that have went into the lockup, they have gone on to the glory mysteriously, right? Because these people, especially when it comes to entertainers, you feel me? Like, if entertainers got different things that they struggle with, we've all seen these people use those same things that these people struggle with, and they're going to make their money off the back end regardless. Because we all know, if y'all are following me here, what I'm about to say, we all know that you can make your money off of a celebrity if that celebrity goes on to the glory. You feel what I'm saying? It's a win-win for these people. It's a win-win because if all things go accordingly, which they have, the resources to make all things go accordingly, it's a win-win. They get, this situation goes away, right? And everything goes, all little secrets are nipped and tucked and everything is tucked away. This fades from the public's view, right? And then let's say he's in there for some time. Oh, just like, how Aaron Hernandez, they have the little thing on Netflix, how he was in there and mysteriously he just goes on to the glory. So they have ways, and then now, it's these series and different things coming out. Or, just like MJ, he had a situation that he was going through as far as things that he was going through, and they used that very thing, and mysteriously he goes on, and that was that, right? So they know how to make their money off of these situations, folks. And that's the sad thing about this situation, that either way it goes, in this situation, I'm just hoping that he repents and starts to have a relationship with Yahweh, because from what his brother Kerry was saying, that's what they grew up on. That's all they know. So hopefully he turns back to that even in this hour, because it will be a sad situation if, he affected all of these lives and then turn around and then, another situation like that happens. And I'm not a cold-hearted person. So I'm not going to pretend like, that's what I want for a person. No, I want him to answer for his answer for the things that he's done and face the consequences. That's what I meant to say. And hopefully if that's supposed to happen, where he's supposed to be in there for the rest of his time, that he makes it right with the Most High God, and does what he needs to do to repay society, basically. That's what I would hope. And, apologizes to these people and their families. That's my hope for this situation, okay? Now, with this situation with Joy, let me tell you, because the article was posted, and I wanted to do this video the other day, but it was just so much going on with, foolishness and that whole trailer dropping. So it says, Kay has no family or friends visiting him in the, in the lockup. And it says, girlfriend Joy is the only one that is checking in. So this was written by Ryan, is it Nauman or Newman? And this was posted on the 14th of January, okay? And it says, Kay has no family or friends visiting him, in the lockup. Girlfriend Joy is the only one checking in. So let's go on down and see what else it says. It says Kay's time in the lockup is quite lonely, with his last remaining girlfriend Joy visiting him where he's at, okay? And it says, according to the some documents that were obtained by the blast, the Kay's counsel wrote a letter demanding the identities of the Jane D's listed in in the paperwork. They wanted to be known who these women are, who the people that are making the claims against him, so that he can prepare a proper defense. But I think that I think maybe as they get closer to the trial situation, they might do that, due to Kay having they claim that Kay had a history of trying to intimidate. So that could be a reason why they're not allowing that. And it says that Kay claims that the people versus him he's claiming that they're not providing the names and preventing him from building his defense. He wrote, they cannot have it both ways, arguing that he should not be released because of obstructive behavior, and then arguing that even though he was not released, there is a danger of obstructive behavior, which I don't think that that's far-fetched for them to say that, because you've heard of people talking about, people with black vans pulled up and said, they got some pictures and stuff like that from what the girl in the series was saying, as well as, people putting people's pictures and video and stuff was put out. I think when that whole website that they was trying to put up initially was put up, people were saying, oh, I'm gonna put your pictures out and stuff like that of some of these women that was making claims. So they go on and say it is apparently a vortex from which he cannot escape. So Kay is saying that his counsel cannot conduct any, investigation or prepare properly without knowing who these Vicks are. The letter reads, it's impossible to interview people, to search for records, or to do anything without this information. Well, this is what I was saying, y'all. It ain't, once they reveal who these people are, if they've been active on social media or anything like that, it's not going to be hard for these people to prepare. You feel me? Depending on who is in the paperwork. You feel what I'm saying? Because eventually, eventually they're going to have to be revealed, because it's, the other team has the right to know who's making these claims. So eventually they're going to have to hand over that information, but I think they're not going to do it until once the trial situation happens. They just don't want him to have enough time to go and try to, send no letters to nobody telling them, you best not say this, that, or the third. Y'all know what happened back in 2008 where people ended up going overseas when they were supposed to appear and all the rest of this stuff. People, receiving gifts and, all kind of stuff. So it says that the people versus Kay have been successful in keeping Kay behind, behind those walls. And Kay says he's saying that he's not a danger to society, basically. That's what he's saying. And it says at the time of, them taking him in, Kay was living in a small condo, working with his longtime producer without other employees of note, and effectively without any income. He had no enterprise, as they claim, or like to call his career and his businesses. Well, his business. They call him, it's like they got 3 initials for him and they call it enterprise. So it says in the documents, Kay's counsel reveals that he had no friends or family visiting him, only his remaining girlfriend, Joy. And this is why I pray for these young ladies so hard, because I know that on both sides of this situation, it has to be a lot going on. And it's a sad situation all around here. It's sad, number one, for all of these families having to go through what they went through. And a lot of people felt a type of way about me saying what I said after I seen that trailer. But it's like, it's a certain level of naivete, because I recently seen that Asri she was like, oh, I'm in LA. And the parents can't really do anything about her wanting to pursue, her dreams or whatever. And that's what she said, that she, that Kay told her is to pursue her dreams. But a lot of people don't understand, that have never been in the industry or the business. You're not going to Hollywood without giving up something. You're not, and that's going to be an even sadder situation, that this young lady was with Kay and her life was turned upside down, and then it's like, it's obvious that, her parents, they wanted her to pursue her dreams as well. You could tell, because of how, her parents was helping her, like the mom, Alice, was helping her with her costumes and everything like that. And you know, Angelo, when he had that conversation with the guy DJ, the blogger, he basically said that he was kind of like, if you go back and listen to that audio, that, you know, he was upset, like any parent would be upset that your daughter is her age and got jammed up with this individual, and he didn't help her. He left her with nothing. The girl is 22. At 22, a lot of people send, you know, their kids off at college. They trying to make a way for themselves so that by the time that they're 30, they're solidified. You know, Az was blessed with, you know, beauty and a voice and everything like that, and she ran into an individual like a K. And K, like most of those men in the industry, when you're the girlfriend of those dudes, they will not do nothing for you because they already know. I'm gonna tell y'all, they already know that if you wanna be in that game, you're gonna have to play the way that they want you to play, which means that it's, and people, they don't want to believe this, but you're not getting anything out of that without giving something. Are you going to give your soul for that? And that girl is already, it's sad to me because she's already in a vulnerable place after messing with an individual like this. And from that audio, when her dad was on the audio, he was upset, and he was like, you know, Kay basically, you know, instead of helping her with her career, kind of treated her like a piece of A. You get what I'm saying? Which most of them dudes over in Hollywood will, if not worse, than what he is doing. You know, what he has done, what he did to people. You know, I'm talking about Kay. Y'all get the point of what I'm saying. I might be all over the place, but y'all could get what I'm saying. Like, to want to pursue that after this situation is crazy. Because there's no getting around that. It's people that's probably 10 times worse than this dude on that side of the coast. In that industry. Where do you think he was learning to do a lot of this stuff from? Of course, you know, the little stuff that happened while Kay was in his youth, opened up a door for that. It was a gateway for that. But I mean, you really think, come on, when have you seen people of melanation or original people into the type of stuff old boy was into? You feel me? Without being introduced to that by somebody else that was introduced to that. I'm gonna ask y'all, I'm not gonna go too far into that, but it's sad to me because you could see that when you want something so desperately, you will be handed over to that, honey. And that, you know, I'm praying for that girl Az hard, and I'm praying for Joy. You know, despite what it looked like, I'm praying for her too, because I know that, you know, our vision, our views, our plans is not, you know, is not the plans. We don't know his thoughts, basically. We don't know Yahweh's thoughts. That's what I want to say in simple. But it's just sad, like, when you look at the situation, like, this dude don't have no family. His kids not visiting him, no family, because he sold the seed of ruining families. He sold that seed. People not communicating with their daughters. He sold that seed. Now, I don't know if that's Az situation. I still have compassion for her, because it's still some questions. And a lot of people, they was 38 hot with me and saying, and then crazy saying, oh, I'm questioning your intelligence. No, boo, you could never. I'm just stating what the truth is. Universal law don't escape nobody. So if you gonna point the finger at somebody else, you have to make sure that your hands is clean, because if not, you will fall under consequences also. Nobody is above universal law or universal principle. That's spiritual principle, boo. Nobody is above that. I don't care how much you like a person. So, and the reason that I was saying that is because I am empathetic and I'm sympathetic for this girl and her story, because I really believe that as a young woman, she has gone through a lot. You could tell, because it seemed like, you know, one moment she this, one moment she this, one moment she that. And to me, that's just not a normal inconsistency. It's not normal. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care how much people try to say that inconsistency is normal. That's dysfunctionality. If you're an inconsistent person, that means that you're an inconsistent person. Like, let's say when it comes to a job, if you was inconsistent, would you keep your job? You feel what I'm saying? If you was inconsistent and not showing up to your job, would you keep your job? So inconsistency is not normal. That's a trait that's not normal. And that's the reason that I said it. I said I feel like, I don't know if that's because she went through what she went through that she was inconsistent, but I'm definitely saying, like, I could be empathetic and sympathetic to her story, but I'm not gonna co-sign nobody telling no lies and different stuff like that. Like, prime example, that was a clear lie that she told La Policia when she said that old girl dusted her off, and then they played the video and she just straight Millie rocks her down the block. She Millie rocked Joy down the block. From what we seen, that was not, and then how she was like, oh, I want things filed immediately. Like, that's not somebody that got Millie. She didn't get dusted off like it was portrayed. And you clearly told these people that you just was defending yourself. But when we see the video, you're running up and engaging in mutual, what they call that? What do they call that, y'all? Y'all know, like, some of y'all know. It's mutual something. I forget what it is. But that's you engaging in a scuffle. Like, if somebody was to see that, that's you participating in what you call it at that point. Because self-defense is like, okay, you using enough necessary measures to stop a person. Not you running across a hallway engaging in this whole situation. So I'm like, listen, I'm sympathetic for anybody's story or whatever that claim that they have a situation. But you can't be out here not being honest, though, because then that messes, it sullies up the rest of your argument or whatever you're trying to, your narrative or story that you're trying to tell. That's all I was saying. I don't understand why people would be upset with that. But honestly, if you don't approve of Kay's actions, of Kay lying and Kay doing all this stuff, then it's no sin is bigger than another sin. So if you're not okay with one thing, you can't be okay and accept other things either. It has to be even all across the board, period. Because in the eyes of Yahweh, that's the way that it is. If he don't approve of that, he's not going to approve of you telling little white tales either. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, this situation, y'all, it's just sad. I just feel like it's just sad all the way around. I feel like I'm praying for all these people, yo. I'm praying for Joy because, you know, even though Joy is not necessarily vocal all the time, you know, I'm wondering, you know, how she feels. Does she feel by herself? You know what I mean? Because she's not necessarily with her friends or family. Is she staying strong for Kay just out of loyalty to, or just out of knowing, like, even because sometimes people that are held by people, they start to sympathize with the people who you know didn't necessarily do everything right to them. They start to, you know, empathize and sympathize. So maybe her knowing that he's alone, that could make her want to stay there too, because you'll start feeling sorry for a person. You feel me? Like, if you think about this situation, like, think about everything I said, like her being a young woman and knowing that the dude, he don't have no friends, no family, she could feel like, I want to stand, you know, and stay strong so that he's not alone and by himself, so that I could be the only person there and helping. But he has to turn to the Savior, because we are not saviors. But like I said, our ways is not Yahweh's ways, so we just never know. That's what I'm saying. All we could do is pray and intercede for her, and that the Most High give her the strength. Pray and intercede for Asri, that she stays safe, and that you know, her parents are able to keep in contact with her, and that they're able to monitor what she's doing. Because if you coming out of a situation like this, that's a vulnerable situation that you're in. And going over to Hollywood, honey, with them people that's on another type of time, okay? That's opening up a whole new situation. You're going to go from one situation, God forbid, to another situation. So just keep her and her family in your prayers, y'all. and definitely keep him, you know, even though we don't agree or approve of Kay and the crazy stuff he was doing, you know, keep him in y'all prayers, that them people don't try to do nothing to that man though, because they gon', you know, they want to be able to make money off of an artist, and y'all know that they had a ways on doing that. So be vigilant and pray, even pray for him, honey. You got to pray for your enemies even. So it says that Kay's plea to the judge comes as his ex-girlfriend Asri left the singer and moved out of, you know, the condo in the Shy. And it says that Az and Joy recently got into a scuffle at the condo, which ended with Joy being, you know, taken in that whole situation. So they just gave y'all that little overview of everything that happened. And I'm praying for both young ladies. I'm praying for Asri's self-esteem, and praying that she just knows that the Most High God is with her. And you know that you got to keep your hands clean, baby girl. You just have to make sure you're doing the right thing, so that people could receive your story in the way that it need to be received, you know. And that, you know, I'm praying that she get the proper healing and the proper help, so that she could be restored and brand new again. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, you seek Yahweh first, and the rest is added, you know, after that. So with the Joy situation, I know that there's a higher purpose for this. It has to be a higher purpose for her still being there. I'm praying for her and her family, that they remain strong, and that, you know, it's gonna be reconciliation. And you know, if people, this is why I say you got to, you know, make sure you keep your hands clean. Like, I'm gonna use me for an example. It's people that have, you know, I feel like did me wrong. They tried to sully my name, but God just told me vengeance belongs to him. He shall repay. So you can't go out on your own trying to get, like, it don't matter how much you hurt. This is what I want to tell Asri. It don't matter how much you hurt or somebody hurt you. You got to stay, keep your hands clean, because you reap what you sow. And from seeing her on that video, her crying, saying this in, it seemed like that she was a hurt woman, where she found out somebody lied to her. I believe that, y'all. That I think that she is started to realize the truth about a certain situation. Now, I also believe that, you know, it's been people in this situation manipulating and that sort of thing. And all, you know, like I said, the truth is going to come to the light. What's done in the dark, you know, it's going to come to the, you know, it comes out to the light, basically. So if people was out here doing shifty stuff, it's going to be exposed. Believe that. But getting back to the example I was saying, you got to make sure that you stay right, because if you step out and you try to get vengeance on your own because you hurt, you gonna get consequences for that. Like, stuff that you want to happen for you not gonna go your way. You feel what I'm saying? Because vengeance belongs to him. You feel me? That's what be happening. Like, people be like, oh, they don't want to turn that other cheek. You don't want to turn that other cheek, boo. You gonna get yourself in a jam where he gonna have to bring down divine judgment on you. And you don't want that to happen. Like, it's just like, people is going to do stuff, but you can't let what they do define you. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to, you know, put positivity out there, like, because I fully believe that Kay was out here doing, you know, doing his dirt, just off his rocker, doing his dirt and all the rest of the stuff because of what happened to him in his youth. And I feel like due to all of that happening, now we're here. And like I was saying in the other video, you know, I'm waiting really for this whole situation to play out for me to give my real, true opinion on this whole situation. I just hope for the best in every situation. Like I said in the other video, I would hope that people ain't out here playing games and just coming up with false stuff, because you cannot bear false witness. So I would hope ain't nobody bearing false witness and trying to, you know, bandwagon and stuff like that and be on that clout chase type of time. I would hope people not doing that. And I'm praying for all of these families that have been affected by this situation, because that's sad. Like, dude just, he messed up his whole legacy playing these games. And, you know, anybody watching that want to do, you know, music and the rest of that stuff, you have to be mindful of that. You have to make a choice for yourself. Like, going into that, you're gonna have to give up everything that you are. You're not gonna be into that and think that you're not gonna do that. Like, those people, that's what they do in those parts, you know, in the business, in that part of the I would say the coast. That's what they do. You're not getting to certain levels, you're not doing certain things, you know, without giving certain things. So I mean, even if you take an independent route, you have to it has to be well with you, that you might not get to a certain level, or you might not get what you feel like you deserve, or the notoriety that you deserve. But you have to just know that sometimes you cannot want certain things, or not want that so bad that you're willing to turn your back on God. So yeah, that's my you know, my thoughts on this situation. I just wanted to give y'all that update that I wanted to give y'all the other day, and I just wanted to share some messages of positivity to uplift the people. So see y'all soon on the next video. It's KingBritneyChanel. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all soon, like I said, on the next video. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.